Nice way to start Friday morning.
Yeah, to start off with a rave. Why not?
Yeah, and a promotion push.
Yeah, perfect.
Hope you all guys too. We have got Rads on the show, so good morning.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good, mate. You?
Yeah, good. Just making the most of this season while it's here. To be honest, and it's really sad that there's only a week left of the regular season at least. So yeah,
And yeah, what a crazy season it's been, and what a crazy 8 days it's going to be. I mean, it's unreal to say where we came from to where we are now with 3 games away from potentially going automatically.
I mean, I say this. I think about it every day. Like, hang on, we were bottom of the league after 7 games, and now we're here. Like, it still doesn't sound right. I don't think it ever will. As many people can tweet about it or say it just still doesn't feel right. But I'm not going to complain about it. It's been incredible. What Cooper's done for us, just in general, it's been a very, very, very special season. And regardless whether they go up or not, it'd be one that goes down in history, really. Definitely my favourite, especially as a younger fan that hasn't experienced that much joy supporting Forest. But yeah, it's been amazing, hasn't it? And the fact with 3 games to go, we've already sealed playoffs. Something I've never experienced. I don't really remember 2011 that well. Probably a good thing. And then
Yeah,
you
you
know,
wouldn't want to remember them.
yeah. And obviously, the fact we can still get top two is, and the best part about this is we have to play the team in second as well in one of these 3 games. So it couldn't really have come. I'm pleased we played Bournemouth. It makes it incredibly nervy, but in this situation, you want to play the team right above you, don't you? So,
Mm.
obviously Swansea haven't lost in a long time. I think it's not 9 games, so it's not going to be easy to beat them. But we ended Huddersfield's unbeaten, didn't we, in the cup?
Yeah.
So we can do it to Swansea and Hull. No disrespect to them, but they're on the beach already, so we should really be beating them.
It's exactly. I mean, it's a shame that they drew on Tuesday against Swansea. I mean, I thought when they went 2-0, oh, here we go. Then that last 20 minutes off, I don't know how you felt, but that last 20 minutes when you see the Swansea goals going in and we're holding on like really well. I mean, we defended really well actually. I faced that completely. But I mean, that last 20 minutes on Tuesday was really nerve wracking.
Oh yes, absolutely. It was just pure stress. I was just doing this like in my reaction video I did. Me and my dad were just like, "Please, can the game end?" Just because, which we were enjoying it. It was just so stressful to watch. Same with Peterborough as well, but especially against Fulham. But yeah, it's stressful when you're a good team, I suppose. But it's what you want. You're not going to complain about it. It's a nice thing to be able to say that your team's doing. He's going away to top of the league and beating them. It was, superb, phenomenal defensive performance in every way. Like, it's kept out a team that has scored nearly 100 goals. Strikers scored the most goals in England this year. It's one hell of an achievement.
Has he
And
left Steve Cook's back pocket yet? Do you know?
I don't think he has. I don't think he has. I think if Cook goes to his pockets even next week, Mitrovic will still be there. So
Yeah.
did a hell of a job. And bit of controversy wasn't there when we dropped Figs because he's done so well. But the fact that we can do that and not be annoyed or worried, I think says everything about how good this season's been and how good this team is. The fact that we can drop a player that really didn't make a mistake when he was called upon,
Mm.
and then you call upon someone even better than him. Yeah, that's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? Especially we don't want those two to get injured now. At the final 3 games with our main back three, at least we'll have Figs to come in if we need him.
Absolutely. I don't know if you've seen Cooper's press conference on think it's London Sport. He was saying about how I think did this Baldy Santo on Saturday, and it still continued even though he did it, and it's just good sort of the players are wearing the shirt, and even if they do roll their ankles and something, they want to carry on, and they're disappointed if they want to come off.
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing with all the injuries. Like we've seen recently, the out of nowhere, Surridge and Colback and Zinc might not be available, which is really not good if that is the case. But look at how many times this season we've seen Wall, McKenna, saying they're out for like 6 months, not that long, like 2-3 months, and they come back after like literally a week with Wall. He broke his ribs and he came back after a week and missed only like 2 games, I think. Yeah, and he scored against Leicester. I think he missed. He played against Millwall with broken ribs, and then I don't think he played for a few games. So, it was. We thought he was going to be out for a while, and he wasn't. And then obviously, McKenna twice recently we thought that we were going to have him injured, and you're not going to stop McKenna on the pitch and off it when it comes to his injury. He's just that much of a brick wall at the back, the Great Wall of Nottingham, as we've said a few times. But yeah, I don't want to overthink these injuries. I have a feeling that we're just going to magically see one of these players in the starting 11 because that's happened a few times. It might be tactics and Cooper, maybe. Let's just say that they're injured and they're not. Probably some of them are, but the thing is though, those 3 players are doubts. They're probably not long term, but the fact we've lost Graben and probably Davis for the rest of the season. Graben definitely for the rest of the year, and if we have to do the playoffs, then we might have Davis back. I don't see Lowe playing for us again unless he signs for us. So it's a shame that we've got a lot of these injuries, and this is the most mental thing about it this season is we've had injuries, haven't we? And we've not let it bother us at all. As Cooper says, next man up, and it's always worked.
I agree. I mean, when I read it yesterday about the place meant to be doubtful, I thought, oh no, but then I thought, hold on, we had that many times this season where we had players could be out for X, Y, Z, and they suddenly playing that 10 days. It's like,
I mean, whether the physios are just doing an absolutely phenomenal job, or it is just Cooper exaggerating it to try and confuse teams. I don't know, maybe probably a bit of both, but I don't want to be too concerned about these injuries because the starters we've found a way to deal with them throughout the whole year, and people have come back earlier than we expect every time. So obviously Johnson might have to just play as a proper out and out striker because he can do that. He's been playing there more the last few months. He's been more of a striker than a winger really, or more of an attacking midfielder, wide attacking midfielder, whatever. Xander Silva might actually get a few chances. Lolly, you might actually see Mighton get on the pitch. He's hardly played since he's come back from injury. So, we've got the options. And honestly, call upon some of the young lads, Julian Larson, Will Swan, if you have to, why not give them a go if you have to?
I mean, I don't know. I read something yesterday that Dale Taylor travelled with the squad on Tuesday as well. I mean, I was sort of said it earlier, like, that it'd be interesting to see the under-23 teams tonight anyway, to see if like Larson does play or Swan or even Kenny, and see if they are going to play or if they will be in the squad for tomorrow or even in the squad but not in the match day 18.
I rate. We've got so many good young players coming through, and if we had to call upon some of them, I don't see why. That's what youth academy is for. You build them up and they have to play the first team. They do, and they might even stay there. The likes of Wall, Yates have done that, and I'd be very surprised if none of the lads in the under 18s, especially 23s, don't play for us at some point, maybe even regularly. And remember when Lowe got injured in like November for the first time, and we didn't have another left back. We were saying, "Oh, we need to keep Cole back in midfield. We've got to play Bong." And I just thought, why don't you just play Aaron Donnelly? But ultimately, he played Bong, and I suppose he wasn't quite as horrific as he has been in the past. But my point is you need to use the youth academy if you need to do that. If you've got injuries, give them a go. In my opinion.
I mean, definitely. I mean, the other good thing that we notice is they brought Laurier on at that wing back, played Spence left wing back. I mean,
Yeah,
even Conte, when he came on against Barnsley, he didn't look out of place one bit. Um, and I
yeah,
think that's been the same. Bar Middlesbrough, he's been quite steady as well when he has features. And even the games against Bradford and Wolves, the younger players not looked out of shape anyway. They've been quite steady.
yeah. I mean, Bradford and Wolves was essentially it was the youth team with a few first teamers in. Like I think we played the likes of Cafu, Carvalho, Colback. That was about it really. I think Gavin played him against Wolves or something. It was very heavily rotated. Horvath, and I thought all of them did very well against Wolves. They were always going to be outclassed, but Bradford ultimately it wasn't the most stunning performance, but we did look pretty comfortable against a League Two side, which for a youth team is a pretty high level, I guess. But yeah, I definitely agree. Whenever we've had to use them in the actual league games, Finn Back had to play at the start of the year, and in what was a poor team at the time, did well. Forner, when he ever had to play, I think Forner's got a huge chance of playing for Forest one day in the actual first team. So yeah, it would be good to see some of the young lads get a chance at some point. And whenever they have played, they haven't looked really out of place. Canate, like you say, because Barnsley didn't have long, but I think he hit the post. He's only on the pitch for like 20 minutes, not even that. So give these lads a go, I think. And I did think it was weird against Fulham where he put Spence on the left. He's never played there before, but I'm not surprised he didn't look uncomfortable there. And Larea actually getting a chance, he's looking pretty decent as well.
Could have got assist on TC as well.
Yeah, he had that one, didn't he? When he nearly set up Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, it looks really, really rapid, which it is quite good. I mean, like, I run down that right wing, it was like, oh, right, it's like, it's the fastest out of Spence and Laurie.
Yeah, I think we all want to keep Jed. If we go up, then I think even though loads of clubs are going to want him, I think we've got a chance. And that's the same with all the loan players like Garner and all of them. But if we don't go up, then it's going to be very difficult to keep Spence and Garner in particular. I think the others, the likes of Davis and Zink, we've already inquired about keeping the man low, which is great. I think maybe could even loan Garner back for a third time, maybe, I don't know. But I do think my point is if we don't have Spence, you looking at what Larea is doing, it looks like we've got a very good option to come in. It's not like when we lost Cash, we had an incredibly injury-prone Darinko and Carl Jenkinson. We've got a really good young player here who's a World Cup level player. With Canada, so I think we've got cover, and even though we've potentially got all these injuries at once, because I don't know whether these 3 new injuries are actually real. So Sewage, I don't know whether that's just fatigue or he's injured in training, but it we'll have to wait and see what happens with the team sheet, really.
Yeah, I mean, the atmosphere. To touch on what Lee said about the atmosphere will be brilliant tomorrow. I do think that even on Tuesday, atmosphere. I mean, you heard it on Sky. It was like start to finish. The Forest fans was awesome, and even when you watch the alternative angle, that it was that really, really brilliant.
Yeah.
And I do think tomorrow, I do think that it will be like electric with it being final home game, well, potentially final home game, and with the even if we win, I think it's just gonna be electrifying.
Yeah, I mean, I've absolutely loved all the games this season that I've been to. Like every single game is just been, we're going to be biased, but statistically, we have the best fans in the league. It's just phenomenal, the support away from home. The youth game, in the Youth Cup final. We're taking more to that game than a lot of Championship teams take to league games away from home. Like that's just insane. Every City ground match is always rocking. The displays, tifos that we put up occasionally, really add to the atmosphere. And it does intimidate teams. It intimidated Liverpool. It took them a long time to break us down. And Klopp was full of praise for us. And it's really good to see that. And teams don't want to play us at Forest in particular. No one wants to play us home or away, really. But the fact we can say that is against it. We're not used to be able to say. But yeah, every game is rocking. But the higher this season goes in terms of success, I think every game's going to be especially mad. I mean, I'm kind of disappointed that Hull's not at home because it could have been. Imagine a full City ground if we just secured second on the last day of the season, but it would still be mad. I mean, I have a feeling there might be some kind of event on for that game if second's still possible. Have to wait and see. But let's see. Even if we don't get second, we've still got a playoff. I don't want to do the playoffs because that'll be just pure stress. But it's still a great achievement that we've done that.
Definitely. I mean, Swansea, you mentioned already that they were beaten in 9 and that. I mean, they found away a 3-goal lead on 12. I mean, I think I read a comment as well saying that they're conceding goals for fun as well.
I mean, twice in the last 2 weeks, haven't they? They've bought a 3-goal lead. Yeah.
I mean, could it mean that if Forest on their A game with the scoring and attacking play, could we see another 4-0 or 3-0?
Well, I mean, Swansea have been on a very good run of form, but like you say, recently they've had big leads against one of them against second and one of them against a relegation level team, and they bottled it, and they shouldn't have done that really. So that's got to be encouraging. And honestly, okay, they're on good form, but we don't fear anyone these days, which is the key to success. The mentality of every team. I was talking to a Leicester fan yesterday. He's not even got any vested interest, and he was just talking about when we beat them 4-1. He was just saying the reason why you won that game is because you had the right mentality. We came into it thinking it was going to be easy, even though we've beaten Arsenal in the round before, and Forest had completely different mentality to Leicester, and we thrashed them convincingly, and that's been the case for the whole season. And I think honestly, I mentioned the cup run. I really think that's made a huge difference because a lot of people can say that cup runs do distract, the league, but it's made it stronger. Especially the fact we've had to play big teams as well, even Huddersfield, because they hadn't lost in a long time. To have beaten all those teams and then only get edged out by a team like Liverpool, it's just made us stronger in the league, and therefore we don't fear anyone that we play these days. And this is why. And I used to think, if we go up, we won't stay up, but I think we really would have a chance of surviving. Like I've seen quite a few people say that as well. I don't think we'd go on a European tour or anything, which would be crazy if we did. Couldn't even imagine that. But I don't know. I think we'll have to wait and see what happens with that one. But we look a very competent team these days, which is amazing to see, isn't it? So
yeah, I mean, even you've seen that teams that have gone up as well, that the momentum of that promotion season just took them up and down. I mean, look at Sheffield United, look at Leeds did it. I mean, Wolves. I mean, the momentum just takes you. So if we do go up, and I mean, the momentum will just be there. And I mean, Leicester, Arsenal. I mean, Arsenal we've shown that bit of defensive resilience. Leicester just went riot, even though it was Leicester's good part. I would say that. But yeah, I completely agree with you.
Yeah, I think that's actually, it's really important that Yates said this in his interview. The fact that we can, we don't just have to have one game plan. Like, okay, we counter attack, that's our game plan. We can be incredibly solid at the back. We very rarely concede goals. the last time we conceded a goal from open play was that consolation that Blackpool got, and that
Yeah.
was a few weeks ago now. And we just don't concede goals, and then by the same token, we can score a load at the other end, and that's a really deadly kind of combination for a team to have. It's what everyone wants, really. Be really solid, score a load of goals, and do it in style, and we often do. So, I think this is the thing, right? With Fulham and Bournemouth, they tend to play in a certain way, whereas Forest, we can adapt and play in multiple ways, and I think that would suit the Premier League. Whereas probably one of the reasons why Fulham don't survive when they go up. They're normally used to having a lot of the ball, dominating play. Where in the top flight, they're not going to have that against City, and Liverpool. So, it really catches them out. And I think Forest, at least how we play right now, we could easily be able to catch them out by changing it up a bit.
I mean, I with False as well this season. I mean, do you feel like we play better with Zink in the team? I mean, we've been very we spoke about Zink quite a lot this season. With Zink in there, do you feel like we do play better with Zink, or if we don't have Zink, if we have Davies in, that we can switch? As you said, we can switch up that play, and with both them in the team or with just one of them, we play a different type, which does benefit for us quite well.
Yeah, I think Lincoln Arkle's a really interesting subject, really, isn't he? When it comes to Forest, some people don't like him. Some people not. Don't think anyone really dislikes him, but he just frustrates people. And you think he's frustrated all of us at times, but he's also really, really been very important as well. And I would keep him. I've seen that we've been inquiring about keeping him, which is great. But I agree. I think we do play better with him in. Like we took him out, for instance, against Luton. We put Grabban in, and we saw how Grabban wasn't quite firing on all cylinders. Probably didn't. Maybe a fully fledged Lewis Grabban might not have held us back, but I think that and taking Zink out, I think it kind of did hold us back a little bit. And then, of course, the officials in that match are something we don't really want to mention. But Zink, I agree. I think we do play better with him and the way he carries the ball forward. And sometimes he does need to pass the ball more. Maybe he holds onto the ball a bit too long when he probably should use his teammates a bit more often. But his work rate is second to none. The way he moves forward is, it's really important to the way we play. And regardless of what division we're in, I think I would try and keep him next season because he would be a good little player to have around.
Yeah, definitely. I do agree with that. I mean, how do you feel that we will line up tomorrow? Especially what everyone's saying about what people said. How do you feel like I know we touched up on it earlier, but how do you feel we will set up?
Well, I'm really hoping that we're not going to have all these players out at once because I know Cooper said that's the case, but like we said, how many times has Cooper said that, and then these players have been starting without us realizing? Like Cook, we didn't expect Cook to come back when he did, and he's back in the first team. So, I just hope we don't have particularly Colback out. I think Colback's so important, and we really can't afford to have Surridge out, to be honest. But if we do, I think we will adapt to it. But based off what we know right now, we probably would have to change it up a bit. So maybe put Loreo on the left because he can play there. Or I don't see a starting Spence on the left. I think he'd start on the right. Obviously, we've got pretty much a full back line. Other than that, and then obviously it's Surridge and Zink. So it's unfortunate it's two attacking players. So we've still got Johnson. So you'd imagine probably Lolly would come in. And maybe, I don't know, it's tough. Maybe we do go a little bit more defensive minded and put Cafu in or something like that. Because I don't really see him starting Mighton or Silva. So, I think maybe we might, because Cafu sometimes plays a number 10. So maybe he might put him there or something. Or actually, I think what he might do is he might put Garner in the 10 role and put Cafu and Yates together. Because, Garner, he can play there as well, even though he's probably should be a bit further back. He can play there pretty comfortably. And I've liked it when he has. Because I think whenever he's played there, he's scored more often when he hasn't played there. So, I think that'll be it'd be interesting to see how we line up. Hopefully we don't have all those players out, but we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully, not too bad.
And the good thing as well, I mean, I was just thinking about it then as you were mentioning it, like, you could always play, I mean, I don't want to sound too thinny on him, but you could always play Lolly as that left wing back. I mean, you play him on there at Sheffield United. I mean, yeah, fair enough, it's not a natural wing back, but if you want to go full bloody, you could put him there and keep Spence at that wing back. Or the other way is then like a 3-4-2-1, play Garner and Cafu, or Matt Lolly, or you know what I'm playing as number 10s.
Yeah.
Like we did with Carvalho and Lolly that time, we're grabbing up front. So that's always like another option that you could do.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've seen a few times only for like a few minutes, but we've seen. I think Mighton's played as a wing back before. Mighton and particularly Lolly. We've seen those two come on and just for the last few moments act as wing backs because it's not like they've got to be out and out defenders like fullbacks. Wing backs, half the time you're attacking more than you're actually defending, so they could probably play there quite easily. Only it's not ideal to start them, but we'll have to see. I probably wouldn't start Lolly there, but if we did, I probably wouldn't be too concerned because we can do that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've been asked one run on David Thorne. Quality. There you go. Got you out there.
I agree. Yeah.
My most favourite word a lot of Forest fans owe to me is quality.
Yeah. I think I've seen before on social media and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. What's your scoreline for Swansea?
Well, based off Forest, we could just quite easily go and smash them like 3-4-0 because that's what we tend to do, regardless of the fact they haven't lost in 9 games. I think based off that, it would probably be quite an evenly matched game, like 2-1 or something. But I don't think it would be that difficult. I don't think it'd be easy. So I don't mean I'm contradicting myself there. Really, I think it might be like 2-3-1, or it could be like 3-0. But I'll go 3-0. Why not? Why not up the Reds? Go confident. Go confident.
He's saying 4-0 and smash what? I mean, normally we've been saying especially more the last couple of games, it's been like a 2-0, 1-0, and it's been a 4. So if it being 3-4, it might.
Yeah. That's what I like. We can win like 1-0 and defense. Have a defensive masterclass, and then we can go and smash a team 4-0. Even West Brom are mid-table, but West Brom are probably worse than that on form. So that says everything about us. But we're brilliant at home and away, and I just love the fact we can win in so many different ways. We don't have to rely on a certain tactic, like I said earlier. But yeah, I mean, I'm just confident. No matter who we play these days, to be honest.
Yeah, I do completely agree. I mean, hopefully this week, it's going to be massive. So thank you for coming on.
Yeah, no problem. You Reds.
Do check out Waz's YouTube channel. Obviously, it's on the socials. It's Wads_23, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. Right.
After Joe Lolly, that name.
All hail Joe Lolly.
Yeah, ain't nobody like Joe Lolly.
Yeah.
After all.
So, and actually, thank you for watching, guys. Goodbye.